And we talked about 10,000x. We know it's possible with Hex. We know PulseChain is set up to be this super fundamental thing. We know PulseX. It's got all this crazy tokenomics to it. What actually needs to happen? Like, do we need to start at the bottom of a bear market with the launch? Like, what is like the scenario that gets us to, and timeline for a 10x, 100x, 10,000x, 1,000x, whatever it is, with these two new products?
Good question. So when it comes to the 10,000x, I would be extremely surprised to see it happen in 2 years because of the sacrifice set. That was actually a lot of economic mass. So, okay, so here with PLSX,
billion dollars. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, but like PLSX, for instance, the thing I like, why I'm still extremely bullish on it long term, even with the sacrifice set, is because let's say it does a 50x, and sellers start selling down and selling down and selling down. Well, guess what? You have this big buyer berry. K4K gave it the name, big buyer berry, that essentially just market buys based on the volume every time. So sellers sell, market buys up, and at some point, the sellers have sold 100% to the market buy back and burn. And sellers get exhausted. They lose all of their coins. You cannot sell into infinity, but a bot, he can buy into infinity as long as there's volume. So over time, over a very long period of time, the sellers all just get bought out of PLSX because of the intrinsic buy pressure. So with that, I think, so let's say we do a 250x in the first 2 years. Keep it extremely conservative. I think that's very reasonable. So 250x, well, from that point, on that price, it's only 20x from that price point to get to 10,000x. So once you've done a couple of crazy multiples, like Hex is currently at I think 1,000x or something like that. I have to check the actual number. So if Hex does a 10x from here, it's back at its 10,000x mark. So it's not that crazy, to be honest. If it does a 250x in the first 2 years, it's only a 20x from that point. And Ethereum has done it. Ethereum went from
everyone hear that, by the way. Everyone hear that Hex, a 10x from here would be around the 10,000x part. Like a lot of people, that needs to sink in. Like that's happened, and it's very obviously looking at the chart.
Right?
Could happen again.
we talk about it so normally now, but like
I know
that is absolutely bananas insane. That is exactly, it's just such a normal thing now. Yeah. So once it's done a couple of multiples, it's actually very easy to get the multiple numbers up. I mean, I think Ethereum did like a 14,000x on its top, or something. It was something around that number, from like bottom to top.
Yeah.
No, if you go from bottom to top, it's actually more.
Yeah, bottom to top's always more than the usually the launch or the 1 month launch period, whatever you want to put on it.
Yep, exactly. So what's your take on it? What do you think, like time frame wise?
Yeah, a lot of economic energy. A lot of people who want to dump it immediately for some reason. Hopefully, a lot of that will be locked up in staking with liquid loans or whatever other projects going on. Yeah, I mean, I think 250x within 2 years, that sounds reasonable. It sounds conservative. I like conservative estimates. You don't get disappointed quite as much. Yeah, I guess. So you're thinking, 250x, a 5 or 10x from there, or 20x from there could get us around 10,000x. So is that 2 to 5 year, you think? After 2 years is when we get the opportunity for the 10,000x with PLS?
I think so. I just did the math for Ethereum. It's 16,000x. So if you base it off the 30-cent ICO price, the all-time low on the chart is 42 or 46 cents, if I remember. So it never got below ICO prices, Ethereum, but 30 cents, and the top was around 4,850, which is a 16,000x. Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'd like that. I like it.
It always harkens back to Richard saying, but Bitcoin already did this. Ethereum all did this. Why can't Hex do it? Why can't PulseChain do it? These are real numbers, people. These are real numbers. Like